I see live.
Well, hello, everybody. Today is our Tuesday Night's Culture Kitchen, and I am filling in for Simon because he, lucky him, is on some holidays right now. And we have a special guest with us today. Sara is our special guest. And Sara, tell us a bit about yourself and who that person is beside you. And what are you going to be making?
Hi everyone, I'm Sara and this is my host mom Kelly. We're going to be making you my mom's favorite recipe, corned beef stew. I am from Ghana and I am on the...
Well, you're a high school student.
Yeah, I'm a high school student.
Yeah, attending the high school at VIIU.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so I think the first question is, what is in this dish that you are going to be making? Tell us all about your ingredients. And I love how you did some prepping. So you did some work ahead of time to make your life easier, but what is everything there?
Okay, so we have some green peppers. As you can see, they've been chopped already. Some ginger and garlic, some carrots, some onions, and we have tomato paste, some chunked tomatoes, some spices like red pepper pigment, white pepper, rosemary, some bay leaves, and some corned beefs.
Perfect. Well, that sounds that's a lot of ingredients. But it sounds like you know what you're going to be doing. So what is our first step?
So our first step is to...
Which she also already did because she's so clever.
I cooked this first because I want this to cook a bit faster. So I'm going to blend this with some ginger and garlic.
And so that's about 1.5 onions in that pot that have been sweat down and ready to go into the food processor. And Heather, just let me know if my angles are wrong here, okay?
I will let you know.
Thank you.
And Kelly, is this a dish that Sara makes for you often? Does Sara cook for you often? Here's another question.
Ooh, well, you know what? Sara absolutely loves this dish. It's her #1 favorite. She cooks it probably about once a week as a minimum, just so then that way she has some of it in the fridge. Because it's one of her most favorites because it's a taste from home, her mom's recipe, of course. I've had, oh, you're going to use the food processor. Yeah. Okay, please hold. She forgot the ginger and garlic, and that's okay because we can always put that in after, right?
That's right.
Ginger and garlic goes in there too, friends.
I am envious of your food processor. It's on my list of things I want.
Well, it's very interesting because it's gotten its use from having Sara in the house. We haven't used it very often.
So now we're going to put some oil in this.
Yeah, so like I was saying, she makes it every week, and then we'll do a pot of rice or some pasta or whatever, and then that becomes what goes on the side with it. I've had it with spaghetti squash too, which is really, really yummy.
Oh, that would be great. You know what I think I might do after, or maybe later on tonight, is try to get the recipe from you. I will post it in our comments on the video, so if anybody wants to try it later, we have all of the ingredients.
Perfect. We can definitely do that. All right. Oh no, Sara's not in frame. Please hold. There she is.
Hi, Sara.
Hi, Sara. We just can't help ourselves here. There you go.
So we have to wait for the oil to boil up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. to be a bit hot.
Mhm. And what we always remember too is that oil, when you're cooking with it, it can actually be a little bit unsafe. So we always make sure that we have baking soda nearby, just so then that way, if anything happens, you can put some baking soda on it and put a pot lid on it to stop it, just in case there's like a flare up or anything like that.
Oh, that's a great safety tip, actually.
There it is there.
Wow, very convenient.
I feel like you'd think that we planned for this today. It's all
No,
Sarah.
This is just impromptu. No planning at all.
None whatsoever.
So I'll be putting in some onions.
Okay.
Yeah, so 1.5 of the onions were already cooked and sweated off and then processed. And then the other half of an onion ends up going into the oil to be cooked at the next stage. I'm sorry, Heather, you were going to say something there.
I was going to ask Sarah, if Kelly was cooking tonight, what would you hope that Kelly would be cooking you? Is there a dish that you like?
Maybe some steak.
Steak.
And, yeah, some steak and potatoes.
Yeah, Sarah really, really, really loves protein and carbohydrates. We've been working really, 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 really hard to increase her vegetable content by encouraging the consumption of salads.
That's why we have this today.
Exactly. Otherwise, the stew may not have had some of these things in it. So every day we always are like, my daughters also too are like, Sarah, are you gonna have some salad? And what do you say, Sarah?
No, guys.
No. But we still try.
I have the same challenge with some of the people in my house as well. And yeah, there seems to be a lack of vegetables for the teenage boys sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. It is.
They say, skip the vegetables.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things. We just keep trying.
It's a teenage thing.
It could be. It could be. Did you eat them when you were little though?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I keep saying by the time it's her time to return back home to her family in Ghana, we're going to have her eating salads every single day, and it's going to really shock her family.
Wow.
What do you
Hopefully.
think? Oh, it's heating up in there. All right. Oh, sorry. We should show what that looks like as it's cooking in here.
That would be great. Let's see what's happening.
So a little bubbling around the edge there.
Okay.
Okay.
So as it's cooking, I'm going to be adding some tomato paste, a whole tin of it.
I think her mom would be really proud of her right now, of her like doing this and sharing with everybody. It's a big deal. Trying to make you blush.
And look at all those vegetables going in. That's what I'm impressed about.
I know, me too. And I have to admit, like tomatoes, they're like a fruit, right? So she's getting, that.
Vitamins.
Some vitamins. Okay.
We've got no comments from our Facebook group out there, but if anybody has any questions, throw in a question. We will have Sarah answer it. Oh, Letty came. She wants to know what you're making. What is it called again, Sarah?
It's called corned beef stew.
Corned beef stew.
Yeah.
And it's Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So those are cooking. And so now what's the next step?
The next step is to add this.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to blend it down.
Okay, get ready. It's going to get noisy. And so today is a special day, not only because Sarah is being featured on the Culture Kitchen, but it's also her last day of assessment for grade 11. And she finished her English final today at 3:00. And now is finished for the summer session.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Way to go. It certainly is a special day. My my teenager Caleb, he got his diploma from NDSS today. He graduated from grade 12.
Great.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
exciting. Congratulations. It's a
So
big
we are
deal.
going out for dinner tonight.
That's
You
so
know,
lovely.
yep. Trying to find a restaurant that will take a group of 6 is a little bit tricky, but
Yeah,
we're gonna-
especially in these COVID times, right?
yeah,
Definitely. But that's so exciting. Congratulations.
yes. Now we all need some summer weather, sit by the pool, hang out.
Yep. Agree. As the rain is falling outside right now, though. It's so, but it's nice and warm rain. Like it's warm rain. It's not winter rain.
It's
which
true.
we can appreciate. All right. So let's look and see what's this doing in here.
What's
Oh,
that?
see now she's bubbling away quite enthusiastically. And it smells really, really good. That's the one thing that people miss out on, only getting the chance to watch this program instead of being here in the house. The smell of the ginger and the garlic and the onions together with the tomato paste, it's really, really, it's delicious.
So if you didn't have a food processor, what would you do to blend all those ingredients? What would you use?
I'll just chop them up. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the stew would be more chunky.
Yeah.
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 Because there's another stew that you just chop up everything. Yeah, it's called gravy.
Cool. Very cool. I'm gonna turn that down. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm getting in the way here and turning the dial down just a little bit because it's up really high.
I know. I don't like people in my kitchen, Kelly. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh, see, I like it because the more people that are in the kitchen doing things means that I'm doing less. So it's lovely. Oh,
So we'll be adding the onions and garlic.
that looks good.
mm-hmm.
Oh, more questions.
Oh,
Oh, we have some congratulations out here. Letty says congratulations to you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Finishing. Tammy also says congratulations.
Thank you.
And a few people say it sounds yummy, so I think people wish
Oh.
you would invite them over for dinner, Kelly.
you know what? Sometime in the future, when we actually have the opportunity to host people, we will, because that's what we normally do is have lots of people around. So it's been very different not being able to host. Do you need these over here as well?
No.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put the I'm just putting the vegetables away, everyone. It's getting too
Don't
too
forget them
excited
though.
about it. I'm not gonna. All right. It smells so good. If I can also boast one more time about Sarah. She actually had a social studies presentation that she was kind of fretting a little bit about. That was her final one that she needed to get a really good grade, like to finish strong in her class. And she got 45 out of 50 on that project because she worked so hard. It was amazing.
Whoa.
I know, I just have to boast a little bit about her. Sorry.
Don't worry, Kelly, it's fine.
I'm so proud of yourself as well, too, which is so good. You worked really hard on that. Worked hard on that, for sure. In fact, I should be making her dinner instead of her making me dinner right now, but it's okay.
I know. There's always tomorrow to make dinner. That's what I think. There's always another day to make dinner.
There is. Cool.
Now,
All right.
now, do you guys do a lot of meal planning in your house?
Because we have Sarah's homestay sisters every other week, the weeks that we have the girls, we have a very planned out food regime. So we'll go through the days of the week and plan out what we're going to have for dinners each night. And then I grocery shop accordingly. When it's just Sarah and I, we have a tendency to determine each day what we're going to have and whether or not, for example, I might just eat popcorn for dinner, you know, and Sarah will have stew or whatever that's been prepped in advance, because we do usually have some things that are prepped in advance in the fridge. But it depends on the week, actually, what things look like in terms of that planniness. We freewheel a little bit more when we're just bacheloretting it without the children.
Yes, I could see that.
Yeah.
It's a bit easier. Ooh,
It
it's
is.
coming along nicely.
Yeah. Can we have a little look there? And then when do you put the tomatoes in?
When it cooks up a bit.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh, it smells really, really, really good. Like really good. The garlic, the smell of the garlic. It's great.
Oh, you guys are making me hungry.
Where are you going for dinner? Do you know yet?
Ooh, it's a bit tricky actually. We're gonna kind of wing it. We might go to Montana's, but they said they're busy and everyone's busy because they only take half the amount of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. I mean, if I can't get in anywhere, I obviously might just knock on your door and with my bowl, and see if you'll put something in it.
There'll be enough,
That'll
right?
be great.
Yeah, there's enough. There's more than enough. It's perfect.
So I'll be putting in the cherry tomatoes.
And so these ones are crushed. We have done it before with diced, but then Sarah puts that in the blender just to make sure it's nice and smooth.
Okay. No spices with those ones, just the plain?
Nope, just plain. And I get them without salt, but that's just me.
It's fine.
It's fine?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
I always put salt in the stew.
Okay, great. I just know it tastes really good. I don't know whether or not you put salt in there. So now do we put the vegetables in?
We have to wait.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna get forgotten. You gotta be careful.
I know. Don't worry.
I'm
Okay.
ready for veggies.
You're ready for veggies. Did everyone that's on this live right here hear that? She said she's ready for veggies. Oh, you know what that is? Success.
Yep.
How many months have you lived here with me?
Almost 6 months.
Almost 6 months. And I've worn her down every single day. Veggies. This is good. This is good.
You're more determined than I am. I just, I kind of let it go sometimes with the boys. I don't have the battle in me every day.
It's
But,
true.
You know,
Sarah
I'll throw
doesn't
in
eat them
a
every
few
day.
carrots. They eat carrots, my family.
Oh, that's good. Oh, do we need to put the spices in?
Not now.
Not
That's like the last.
The last thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what spices are over there?
So there's some rosemary, some white pepper, some cayenne pepper. So for a little bit of kick, so people can spice it to their own taste, and then some crushed red pepper for a little bit more heat too. And then a bay leaf. Bay leaf.
A
from
bay
there.
leaf.
Yeah.
And now what's the difference between black pepper and white pepper? I don't actually know. Does anyone know?
I find it spicier, I've noticed, but I think that's only because the pouring mechanism in this white pepper is a little bit more freewheeling than what I'm used to. And the last time I used it in something, I dumped a whole bunch in and it just seemed really spicy. So I don't know if that's because it's white pepper or not, but it does seem like it's spicier. A little bit more. Does anyone in the audience know? Could someone do a quick Google search?
Anyone know? If you have the answer, throw it in the comments.
And we'll give you a small bowl of corned beef stew as a prize. Oh, now she's into the spices here.
Okay. And I see no measurements there. You're just kind of estimating.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it's about a teaspoon of, around a teaspoon of rosemary is what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to open this up.
Oh golly, that's the cayenne pepper. That stuff is hot.
Not really.
Spicy.
No? Spicy.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'd say about 2 teaspoons. Whoa, maybe, that looks a little bit more like maybe a couple tablespoons.
Yeah.
And that's the cayenne pepper?
Yep.
Yeah.
A little nervous. Oh, and then about a teaspoon of pepper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And with this.
Is that more spiciness?
This is, yes, the crushed chili peppers. So she only put in about a quarter teaspoon of those.
I still think I would be sweating while I'm eating this.
Yeah, I'm kind of sweating just thinking about it. A little bit nervous here. And I don't mind a little bit of kick though, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be okay. Okay. She assures me. Oh. Yeah, so Sara is actually sticking around for the summer months here in Canada with us in homestay, which is really exciting because now with things shifting so that we can do a little bit more activity, we have the opportunity to explore and enjoy British Columbia a little bit more since she's going to be here.
So I'll be putting in some bay leaves,
Okay.
like 4.
4 bay leaves. Wow.
Yeah.
So what are you guys going to do this summer? Are you going to go camping or exploring? Anywhere you want to go?
Sara?
So we're probably going camping next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking of volunteering to help old people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's putting an application in to do some volunteering at one of the long-term care facilities in town, which is good. And we've had the chance to go camping a couple of times just locally. Her first experience is camping, which is really, really, really exciting. But what was the hardest part, Sara?
Sleeping outside the house.
Yeah, and worrying a little bit about wild animals because a couple of one of the places we went was pretty remote and we were off logging roads and things like that, doing like back road kind of camping. And I think the other part that was a little bit challenging was maybe that there was no cell reception.
Yeah, I had to survive with no cell reception.
Oh.
Wow, that would have been tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really tough.
Couple days or?
But it was fun because I had the girls to play with and talk to. So it was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They got very inspired by nature.
Yeah.
That's been one of our inside jokes as a family because Sara took a course called Inspired by Nature this year. And so every time we would talk about things, we'd always say, Sara, you're being inspired by nature.
I know that class well. My student Moses is also taking it. Yeah.
Oh, and it was very interesting and challenging. All the art and drawing and things like that, but very good. Yeah, so we're gonna do a Rocky Mountain road trip. Gonna do a week in the middle of July and go drive across through to Kananaskis and do like fly fishing along the way and camping and what have you, and see if we can soak ourselves in some smelly hot springs and see some wild animals like mountain goats. And
I'll probably just hide somewhere.
well, she's excited because this trip there will be some cell reception. Don't worry though, we'll make sure that you're safe just in case anyone from the homestay is watching.
There's not going to be cell reception everywhere by the sounds of it. There seems like there's going to be a bit more remote areas.
It'll be spotty. It'll be spotty.
Spotty.
But better than what it was when we went on our last trip where it was like 4 or 5 days with nothing. Maybe get it for 2 seconds if you're lucky in a spot on the lake. I hope so too. Can we put the vegetables in now?
Yeah.
It's time. It's time. Oh, and the corned beef too. Okay, sorry, I'll pay attention. Oh, the other spices.
So this is your spice mix?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lean in too close and smell yet until that's all stirred in. Oh my, you be careful there. It's very bubbly. Let's turn that down a little. It's enthusiastic. Yeah, totally is.
Looks like a good stew. Now, Billy, earlier I saw you opening up the corned beef. So this is something a little bit different for me. I don't usually buy meat in a can. Tell me about it.
Sara?
Well, I like to use the corned beef because it gives it more flavor. And even if you have no chicken, you can have it with anything like that.
Yeah, it's a versatile stew. She does do it with chicken. Like if we have a roasted chicken or any kind of like leftover meat, then she will use that. But I've noticed her preference is with the corned beef, definitely. And I find, because I grew up, we would do like a corned beef hash, but with like potatoes and eggs and things like that. I'd never ever had it in a kind of savory dish like this before. And so it gives it kind of like it's like a richer flavor because there's like fat in it as well. But it's not very strong tasting, the corned beef. Like I find that it's a subtle kind of meat flavor. But it gives it more texture, actually, is what I noticed when you put the whole can in there. It's like texture. All right, I'm putting the vegetables in. Are we ready?
Put them in, put them in.
Let's do it. Okay.
There they go.
Oh my gosh, it's real. Vegetables. All right. And so this would probably have to cook another 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Do you want to put the corned beef in now too? Does it go in now or at the end?
Yeah. We forgot spring onions.
Do we put them in at the end or
No.
now as well?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we forgot something. We were so organized. These onions here, the green onions.
That's a lot of green onions.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of white onion.
Yep. I don't think I could get my family to eat this. There's too many vegetables. They wouldn't fall for it.
You know what you could do though, is you could do the Sara trick and just, when you get your wish list food processor, you could just process them and then cook them all together at the same time. And they would be in there, but just not obviously.
Ah, that's like the sneaky way to hide vegetables.
Sure is. Whatever it takes. All right. Oh, you're welcome.
So Kelly, do you and Sarah, do you individually portion these out after and freeze them, or do you kind of just keep them in the fridge and scoop it out?
Yeah.
Half and half.
Yeah.
About half and half. So there's like a container of it in the fridge,
Right,
and then
there's one in the freezer.
yeah, so it works out really, really well.
Yeah.
And it stays tasting really good for a few days, which is great. So for a student, especially, like if they're making something and they wanted to maximize their time by having a lot of good food that sticks around, you could do it without the corned beef and then maybe just cook a breast of chicken or even have some pork or prawns or fish, because it goes well with all of it. And you could have those on the side and then just mix whatever protein you want in with it and then put the starch on the side, because you can do it we do it with rice, like I was saying, or pasta, but you could even do it with potatoes on the side if you wanted to. It's very versatile.
Very versatile.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
there.
can have it with everything.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think we should wait a bit more.
Should we?
Yeah.
Well, I think for the sake of the audience, because we don't want to be too long,
Yeah.
maybe what we could do is just show it. Does that work for you, Heather? Just because then that way people know like what the final step is.
That would be great. And then I'm wondering if we could just do like a little, I know it probably won't be totally ready, but a sampler taster, just to make sure you're on the right track.
That we're on the right track? Okay, sounds good. This is going to be one full pot, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that actually.
I know, I am as well, but I'm just going to be quiet about it.
This is why I don't let people in my kitchen, because I would be like taken over everywhere.
I actually really like being a sous chef, being on the side, helping,
You're the
usually with a
helper.
glass of wine in hand. Today, not so much, but that's okay.
There's always later.
There is. It's a true story. Definitely. Awesome. So I'm gonna put,
Wow.
so stirring that in. And so what we did was we just have our plates with rice, And generally, Sarah was saying, and this is true, that it does cook because you want those vegetables to soften, like the carrots specifically would probably take about at least 20 minutes to cook. She generally cooks it anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes, just to make sure that all the spices have a chance to kind of get in there and do their glory. Oh, there's some salt. Yeah. And then served on the side with rice. But we could totally taste it. What do you think?
Yeah, why don't we do, I know
Little
Simon
sample?
usually likes to do a final dish,
Oh yeah, just to show everybody what it looks like. Flavor?
but why don't in the essence of time, we do a little bit of a taste test and maybe you could rate it compared to your other ones of what it's like, if you think you put the right amount of spice or.
I'm nervous about that cayenne. I'm really nervous about that cayenne. Okay, let's do it. I think we should just taste it right out of the pot.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
I'm not the faint of heart here. We're doing kind of guerrilla style cooking. Let's do it. All right, one for you, one for me. Okay. Does it taste right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the flavor of the veggies.
Did you hear that? Can you say that one more time?
I love the flavor of the veggies.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, and it does have a little bit of a warmth to it.
Yeah, how's that kick?
That's just hitting the back of my throat right now. But it's not overpowering. It's actually quite lovely. I think it turned out great. Awesome.
So you heard it tonight on Culture Kitchen that Kelly and Sarah's dinner, once it's fully cooked in about 40 minutes, will be a success. Right, Kelly and Sarah?
Absolutely. Yeah. And also too, that it's a success knowing that Sarah loved the taste of the vegetables. So I think we're all winning tonight.
It's a win-win all around. So I think maybe what we should do is wish everybody a good evening. And I hope they all have a delicious dinner like you guys do. And congratulations on summer vacation now, Sarah.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. And we'll make sure that we get the recipe over.
Yeah, that would be great. If we could get some items and then maybe I'll pop them up in the Facebook comments tomorrow for anybody who wants to make it.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have
Bye.
a great night.
Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.